Hey, this is Dr. Cleve, your real soul ambassador, your licensed therapist who wants to, of course, give you some empowerment for the family. This week, we're going to talk about co-parenting from Dr. Cleve's Co-Parenting Quick Guide. I got it. Co-parenting can be difficult. I'm a co-parent. And what I can say is that it has had its challenges, but I believe because we have been willing to be mature, to be focused on our daughter, that it actually has been all right. And I hope that it continues to grow when you have two partners who are willing to work at something in order for it to grow and in order for it to be managed well for the overall quality of the child. You're on your way. And so I've been really blessed to be in that situation where me and my daughter's mother work well in order to support her healthy growth. So this week, I got a topic and it's on communication. This is the hardest one. Sometimes you really feel like you all cannot talk to each other without being sarcastic, without arguing, with all the other stuff that goes into co-parenting. And so I want to help you out with that. Of course, click that like and subscribe, and we're going to dive in. Here's the thing. Communication is the foundation of successful co-parenting. This is straight from the guide. And so I have 4 things I want to talk to you about as it comes to co-parenting and communication. First one is avoid sarcasm, blame, and emotional outbursts. This is so important. We got to remember and be aware enough that to realize that when we're talking to our ex, a lot of things that we are saying is still attached to whatever hurt we experience within that personal relationship. There are things right now as I'm talking that you're thinking about when it comes to your ex, and you're saying, ugh, like literally, you may feel some disgust. Truth of the matter is, maybe they are sarcastic. Maybe they can be rude. Maybe they're just a liar. Maybe they have some tendencies that make them feel as if they need to be perfectionists, and they're never wrong. There are a list of things. Remember, it takes 2, but you're only are in control of you. So one of the most important things you can do is check yourself. Am I being smart? Am I being sarcastic? Am I being petty? Is what I am planning to say, even though I may be justified, even though I may really feel like saying this, will this take away from my goal? When you're trying to negotiate a response or negotiate with the other parent, and a goal needs to be accomplished, whether it's an activity, going to a new school, some more resources are needed for school clothes, whatever it may be, remember how you say something is extremely important, because even if you may have a valid reason, if you say something the wrong way, it could trigger that person and they become defensive. Now, guess what happens? It's about you and them, not about the child anymore. And that's why I always try to reroute people to that reality. And the reality is, it don't matter how you feel at the moment, okay? It's not invalidate your feelings. But what do I need to do in order for us to work together best to accomplish what the specific task is for our child? That has to stay at the forefront. If not, you're going to get in the way. Why? Because you're human. And you got feelings like anybody else. Once we feel defensive, once we feel disrespected, once we feel as if we can't talk or work with the person, then of course, a lot of things go to the wayside. And that always gets us into a danger zone. So that's my first encouragement to you. Try to avoid sarcasm, blame, and emotional outbursts. I'm going to add actually one to that. Pick your battles, especially if you know that's the way that they try to get under your skin. Pick the battle. If the focus is, hey, we need some more school clothes for the kid, and they have not come through, pick your battle. Especially if you know that they have the capability of joining you together on this specific goal or task you're trying to do for your kid. Pick your battle. Don't say anything witty back. Try to accomplish the goal that you're trying to set out for your child and move on with your day. As hard as it can be. Here's the second one. If you're having a hard time communicating, I would suggest using an app. Some of the co-parenting apps for neutral and organized exchanges are Family Wizard and Cozy. If you're going through a divorce before and you already have volatile communication, many parents that I've worked with do use different apps that you can get, of course, from your lawyer. You can get them from the family mediator. There are a lot of them out there. There, of course, are some co-parents who don't communicate at all. And the only way you can communicate, of course, is through one of these apps. I am 50-50 about text messaging. Okay. And the reason why I think text messaging is tricky is because you can't hear people's tone. And that's with any relationship. And so when you can't hear tone, tricky things can happen. And then we get misconstrued. We start bickering. Now here we go again. We're ahead of the situation instead of what? Putting the child in the forefront. Okay. So number 2 is think about using an app that you all can communicate on for more straightforward communication. Here's number 3. Be direct and respectful. That be direct is tricky for a lot of people. You know, if you're one of those people who are kind of like, I say what I have to say, I'm blunt. If you are easily offended, then that's on you. I think that there should be some reevaluation of communicating in that way to people when it comes to co-parenting. Because something I mentioned before is very important to remember. We don't want those we're trying to co-parent with to become defensive. So you have to learn that other person's triggers, just as they have to respect and learn yours. That's how we do a positive and effective communication. So there's a way that you can be direct. There's a way that you can be blunt and respectful. But there's also a way that you can be direct, blunt, and disrespectful and rude. Once again, how you have to evaluate what you're saying is to get out of yourself, look at the goal that's trying to be accomplished for the kid, the task that you're trying to co-parent on at the moment, and say, if I say it this way, would it be offended? Is it going to cause a bigger issue that I want to deal with at the moment? Even though it may personally satisfy me to get under their skin, because they're always doing it to me. Would this accomplish our co-parenting goal? That's the question you got to ask yourself, because this is bigger than you. Here's number 4, and I love this one. This is one that I use in any environment. Here to understand, not to respond. We are infamous as people to literally let people talk because we're just waiting on them to get done talking. Because we got to say our point. We got to be heard. You got to hear where I'm coming from. Is there a place for that? Of course it is. Is there a place when really, even if they're wrong, you need to listen closely to hear where they're coming from? Yes. In many, many cases. Why? If you hear where someone else is coming from, good, bad, or indifferent, you can better understand their triggers and how they operate. That will allow you to reevaluate the way you approach them, because now you already know the way that they think. A lot of times we go into a situation with our minds already made up what we're going to say and how we're going to do it, with no regard for how this person may respond or the way they're triggered. It messes up the whole goal anyways. So my encouragement to you is practice active listening heavily. What that means is hear to understand what the other parent is saying and not to respond. So here are our 4. I want to recap this for you. Use co-parenting apps for neutral and organized exchanges. Be direct and respectful. Avoid sarcasm, blame, and emotional outbursts. 4, practice active listening. Hear to understand, not to respond. These 4 things will allow you and your co-parent to co-parent more effectively if you're trying. and really put effort into them. Truth of the matter is, people are evolving and changing. And so the things that work today when you're communicating with them may not work tomorrow. So you got to stay really aware and work at these things. You want to learn this person as long as you can. They were not the same as they were when you dated. Maybe they are, but if they're not, they've evolved. Stay aware. See what their triggers are. See how they operate. See who they are. As those things kind of go on, it'll allow you to communicate with them better. That's really what co-parenting boils down to. How good can we communicate? The co-parents that communicate really well have really successful co-parenting relationships. Those who cannot co-parent, who could not communicate well, have rocky co-parenting relationships. It's a really simple equation. You can download this whole entire guide on my link in the bio. Please download it. Please download it. It's millions of co-parents. So if you're not a co-parent, but you decided to watch this video, you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who's a co-parent. And so please download this quick guide. It is a free quick guide. Refer to it. Please leave your comments in the comment section. And most importantly, if you're really still struggling with co-parenting, please inbox me, leave a comment, and let's set up a co-parenting consultation. I would love to help you. Also, we offer counseling services in Texas, Florida, Nebraska, and New Mexico, as well as parent coaching. We do a special parenting session one time a month, every month. So please stay tuned for the July one that's coming up. And so I look forward to seeing y'all. This is Dr. Cleve, your real soul ambassador and licensed professional counselor. I cannot wait to help you and your family continue to thrive and grow. I will see y'all soon. Peace.